his voice during the show.
During the show. He literally got laryngitis during the show, or he didn't want to be a part of it, one or the other. It's either the best.
He sounded bad.
We heard him, and he came up and watched in the press room. Look, nobody wanted to be down there, dude. They were swimming.
Now all of you guys got it, probably.
People were swimming around the sides of the ring. Like, it was ridiculous, man.
I know. The fact that Valdez said he felt he needed to get in the ring, did anyone check the weather? Did anyone check tickets?
I'm telling you, the most shocking thing that happened to me yesterday is when I sent an email to Top Rank that said, rain or shine, ? And they responded, yep. I went, really? You can't move this to the convention center or anything?
I know. Lee,
okay,
I don't understand.
For those of you who don't get it in California, yes, I understand it takes time to get a bond and to do all that stuff, right? It does. But we knew on Wednesday we were going to have rain this weekend. So you can make the necessary move. And you can get the commission notified. You can put it here from Carson.
Lee, and they're a $1 million company.
Right.
When
okay, so you're in Carson.
Company, you get shit done.
So to put this into perspective for all of you, from the city of Carson, you could have moved it to the LA Convention Center. Okay, plenty of space, nothing going on. The Long Beach Convention Center, the Anaheim Convention Center. You could have moved this event literally into the Wiltern Theater and had the fight there. Like the Belasco.
I have an easier one. Cancel the damn thing when the opponent shows up 2.5
pounds overweight.
Cancel.
Right, just cancel the whole thing. Right. Or you move it into the Belasco.
Has a broken jaw. Lee. Oscar Valdez is sitting somewhere right now, possibly wired up.
No, he should be wired up if he broke his jaw. I mean, that was a debate. I thought he was with his slack jaw look, but he could have just been a slack jaw guy.
Scott Quigg, they didn't even look like the same fighters. And you know what? I'm all for the weigh-ins 24 hours. I know people want same-day weigh-ins. Bullshit. I've seen people cut weight. I've cut weight. I think you're asking too much of a person to do it on the same day and then fight. All right. So I'm all in for the 24-hour weigh-in thing. But when a person doesn't even try, when they come in down there a division higher, this isn't ounces, Lee. He didn't just miss it like, oh man, the scale must have been wrong.
Maybe he was in the metric system. Maybe he was in kilometers.
2.5 pounds.
Or stones. Don't they do stones? They do stones,
yeah.
Right?
And then the next morning, you decline to get on a scale. Oh, this fight is over. You are a cheat. I don't know what Scott Quigg is up to, but I would have never put my guy in that danger. That you better fight like Mike Tyson before I put you in the ring with the guy who's refusing to get on a scale after coming 2.5 pounds overweight the day before. He looked bigger. You could see it. Oscar Valdez hit this guy with everything, people, and he wasn't hurting him. It was Valdez that got hurt. The right hand cracked his foundation before he actually broke Quigg. And you know what ended up breaking Quigg? His body. The left hook to the body is finally what got slowed Quigg down for Oscar to pull this fight out late in rounds. Oscar Valdez is a good fighter. He might want to start thinking about bringing in someone else to help him and his trainer advance, get to the next level. I thought the fight should have been a lot easier in the closing rounds. Lee, he has the left hook. He had the punch. He had him hurt. He knew how to stop him. The recipe was in front of him. What the fuck were they doing telling this guy to throw combos? Throw combos? You got a broken jaw. Your mouth is leaking. You got to get out of there. He should have went right hand, left hook heavy. No jabs. No jabs. Take Scott Quigg to the ropes and go to work. He needs to go back and look at that tape and see what he did wrong. And some of those moments, he put himself in danger throwing fucking shoe shines with a broken jaw. Yeah, you say he's a warrior, but not that great of a game plan. He needs to rethink that. Needs to go back and look at that. Needs to go back and look at footage of old fighters that he has a similar style to and try to take what they used to do in those late rounds. That's what he needs to do too. I'm telling you, the shoe shine doesn't work in round 12 when your mouth can't close. It did that night, but he's very lucky that was Scott Quigg. Excellent showing of heart. He is a star. I love his power. But damn, Top Rank did a disservice to him last night. I hope he comes back from this jaw, Lee.
Yeah. Again, For those of you living under a rock, the final scores 117, 111, 117, 111, and 118, 110. There you go. There's your update. We started off right there. Yeah.
He pulls his head back like that with his hands down. Do you think he can get through Nonito Donaire's left hook? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things
Dude, he's not going to fight again for a year. Nonito Donaire is going to retire in that time span.
Nonito Donaire is going to knock out Carl Frampton here in a few weeks. And Nonito is going to be a big player in the Valdez sweepstakes because I think of his past with Top Rank. That is a huge fight for him. He's got to learn how to protect himself in those late rounds. Timothy Bradley nailed it right on the head, Lee. The guy pulls back with his hands down and his head high, and he gets hit every single time. It's a scary moment if you're a Valdez fan watching him do that all fight. And it almost cost him. Last night, he got ripped by one of those right hands. But tremendous heart, and he is still very young and undefeated.
All right, let's sweep up the rest of last night. Mikey Garcia. How exciting is Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia, who's 37-0 going into last night with he gets a fight with Sergey Lipschitz, who was also undefeated. Mikey Garcia improves to 38-0 with 30 KOs. He is now a 4-division world champion after beating Sergey Lipschitz by a 12-round unanimous decision in San Antonio, Texas. The final score is 116, 111, 117, 110, 117, 110. There was never any doubt. Like, when I came home, I turned this thing on, I watched 3 rounds, and I knew the outcome. That's literally what happened. I watched 3 rounds, I knew the outcome.
He was too small. He's too small and could barely get on the inside.
This is typical PB. It's a PBC bullshit thing.
I'm going to tell you, Mikey Garcia won the fight on the cards. Lipnitz won the fight as in marketability going up. The guy lasted 12 rounds with someone we say is on the pound-for-pound list, Lee.
I don't believe he is. I still think he's a protected fighter.
He's not protected. He might have some heart issues. He's not protected, Lee. The fights have been there. Mikey turns them down all the time. Mikey has no problem turning down fights and going to social media.
But how much is right? But and we've
right?
had this discussion. I get that, right? But both Mikey and Danny, right, the Garcias, no relation, both have a huge social media presence where their fans don't seem to give a shit.
But Danny has actually fought in people. Danny has Eric Morales, Zab Judah, Robert Guerrero.
Right, he's got some notable things on the list.
He's got some names, yes. Hey, fucking Mikey Garcia's over here hand picking.
Right. And if I was 38-0, I'd be hand picking too, I got to be honest.
Well, it's not, like I said, that's why I'm telling you I question Mikey's heart in this thing. I don't know how much he wants his legacy to be remembered. Yeah, he's a 4-time champ. Do you remember the champs he beat? Does he have any classics? You know, is he a pay-per-view?
Well, I'll remember Sergey Lipschitz.
No, you won't. I'm telling you right now, no, you won't.
Well, how do you forget a name like Lipschitz? How many more times can I say Lipschitz?
I'm not impressed with Mikey Garcia at junior welterweight. He looked pudgy. Lee, he's saying 7 more pounds, and I'll give him that. Okay, you guys, let's give him 7 more pounds. So now he's a welterweight. He cannot go any higher than that on fight night. Do you know how fat he's going to look at 150, 154? Right? That's what a welterweight, if you're weighing in at 147, Lee, what do you come in the next day at? Unless, if you can find that Mikey Garcia weighed like 152 last night, I'll buy in to the welterweight thing. But if that's what he looks at as a junior welterweight and he's thinking of adding on 10 more pounds, no way. No way. He looked fat. He didn't have a Y. He was a square last night. 7 more pounds. And I don't even believe the Spence thing because we're already hearing Spence talking about junior middleweights. Now, all of a sudden, they're supposed to fight a year from now? I don't see Spencer welterweight a year from now.
How do you feel about it? Really?
Not impressed. He had way better opponents in front of him. Mikey Garcia should have fought Miguel Cotto if he had plans of being a welterweight. What did last night do for you? Except a check.
Also on the bullshit Showtime card last night, Relic beat Bartholomew, which was a quote-unquote rematch for some reason. I haven't got a clue. I didn't even know there was a first fight. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I mean, Lee,
and didn't care. Here's another fight that I literally watched the first 3 rounds, and it's basically exactly what I thought it would be. 117, 110, 118, 109. I hate watching a fight and watching 3 rounds and going, I know how this fight's going to turn out. I shouldn't know. There should be a certain level of drama, at least for the first 3 or 4 rounds.
Well, you know what? Petrov, right? Is that, we're talking,
yeah. Kyrie Relic and, Rancis Bartholomew.
Oh, we're going, that's back to Showtime. All right,
yes,
Showtime.
I'm still on Showtime.
Okay, Bartholomew lost the first fight, so it's not a surprise he lost this fight. It was a weird, it was just weird. He just got beat up. He tried, Lee. He doesn't have an answer for this, how do you say his name, damn it? Relic was all over him.
Yeah, it's Relic.
Relic knew he could beat him. He beat him already, and he walked right through him this time. It was a very, very the
boring
same fight every single round.
It was a boring fight.
Oh, and he was cheating too. Both underdogs, man. That Bartholomew was hella cheating too last night. He started getting mad at the end, Lee. I want to say he almost got disqualified in the 12th round because of a low blow. Yeah, both underdogs, Scott Quigg and Bartholomew. Yeah, they did not represent the sport good last night.
There you go. We'll move back over to ESPN and their kickoff fight that they had for the evening, which was the vacant interim WBC super lightweight title, undefeated Regis Prograis, whatever, took on the former unified WBA IBF world champion Julius Indongo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Lee, hold on, everyone. Hold on. This is SHOBOX, Lee.
Is this SHOBOX on Friday?
Yeah, This is Friday night SHOBOX.
Okay. Cool.
That kid's real. Hey, the kid's real. This Prograis guy, Lee, I know everyone thinks, they don't like how Indongo went down to a jab, Lee. He went down. Uh-oh. What's this?
Are you on call tonight?
No, I'm going to shut that off 1 hour. This kid, Indongo, he goes down by a jab. But, Lee, I'm going to tell you something.
Was it a dive?
No, I didn't think so. I thought the jab landed in the ear, and I was waiting to hear something from Ndungo's camp that said, hey, he blew an eardrum or it just knocked him off, right? Sometimes that single punch to the ear can do that to you. And that's what I thought I seen on tape. Even when I watched the fight twice. It ended fast. I went back and watched it again because Prograis, I wanted... Look, he's in the junior welterweights. This guy is there with Mikey Garcia, okay? He is now... Dude, he just knocked out Joel Diaz Jr., the undefeated prospect, in 2 rounds in his last fight. You turn that around and knock out the ex-champ? And Indongo, you guys, is not just the ex-champ. You got to remember, Indongo went to 2 countries and won a title. He had 2 of the belts that Terrence Crawford won that made him undisputed junior welterweight. And this guy, Prograis, absolutely wiped him out. I don't know. The guy's power has to be real. There's something real about him. But, yeah, Mikey's got people coming. This is the junior. I know Terrence Crawford right away said, oh, I leave, and now all of a sudden the junior welterweights is hot again. But it actually is.
There you go.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. I'm trying to find the ratings real fast. Lee, you don't have the ratings of the junior welterweights in front of you, do you?
No. And while Andrew's looking that up,
thanks, buddy.
Michaela Mayer also won yesterday, which was one of the big deals to go out there. Michaela Mayer, the Olympic gold medalist who was signed to Top Rank, fought nobody, beat up the nobody.
They almost got a girl killed. That was wrong. But
dude, that was brutal. Did they show that on TV at all?
Yes, they did, and there was no reason for that. Stupid ass ref. What the hell took her or him so long to get in the fucking middle of that?
Pop, 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 pop.
Bing,
This is
bing,
exactly
bing.
what it looked like. Pop, 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 pop.
Anyone, you ever seen Ray Mercer versus Tommy Morrison? That was the replay last night.